Hello everybody, my name is Dustin, and this is going to be part 2 of Plants vs. Zombies. Kind of picking up a little bit later. It's actually a day from now, or the last time. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So now, there's a new type of zombie. You may have noticed it having like a rod that it was holding. Those are going to be an annoyance here in a second, and you'll understand why. They are pole vaulting zombies. Pretty much what they do is they just vault over your first plant. Whether it be a walnut, pea shooter, whatever it is, it will try to vault over it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So typical strategy, I usually go for 5 sunflowers and then start placing pea shooters. Sometimes, depending on things, I can do 4, but I'm going to go ahead and do my typical 5 and then a pea shooter. I'll talk a little bit more about the strategy behind why I do what I do. So, as you notice, the zombie was right about the third from the plant, I guess you could say. Usually, they get about, it's about 1 full tile, 1.5 tiles. If you pay attention to the zombie that's being hit right now, this one over here, it was, relatively speaking, on that last square when it started getting hit. So it's about almost 2 squares, and then they die. So that is something that I do keep in track, and I used to know all of it, all the different various zombies and how far they'll go before they die from 1 pea shooter. So some things have happened since, like now it's a conehead, we're in trouble, so we're gonna have to start putting down, I'm gonna put down a potato mine just to show you guys what it does. So the potato mine, it takes about 3 tiles to arm. By that I mean 3 tiles of this zombie moving, and then it will blow up. And by blow up I mean wait until a zombie's near it and then blow up. So it's gonna wait, getting closer, getting closer, getting closer, and boom, dead. So now I need to start placing more pea shooters. Okay, here's a vaulter. So I'm gonna put a mine right there, and also a walnut. So pretty much what this is gonna do, he vaults over whatever object, and then just carries on like a normal zombie. So they are more of a nuisance. That's why I'm going to start planting potato mines 1 wall out from the walnut. And no cone heads, thankfully. They're a nuisance on their own. Let's see, I'm going to wait to do the potato mine until the next vaulter, if they're in a different lane, I suppose. So let's just keep building up our forces. Just going to keep going and going and going. And there's another vaulter. Thankfully he's in the same lane, so I don't have to build another potato or grow another potato mine. So we're gonna keep going with this. Oh, you did. Now here comes the wave. So now if there's 2 vaulters, I'm gonna try not to be cheap. Okay, there's only 1. What I mean by being cheap is place a sunflower or something past the wall, like a sunflower out here, to cause them to vault. So I don't want to do that. Feels a little cheaty. Oh, this, oh, sorry potato, but you served us proud. So now moving on, we have a frost pea. And the frost pea, or snow pea as it's called here, shoots frozen peas that damage and slows the enemies. It's very good for sort of like a horde control. So if you have a whole bunch of zombies in one area, then it slows them all down. And it's really, really handy and useful. So going on, same strategy as before, use about 5 sunflowers. It might get boring, I will admit. Sometimes it might get boring at this point, but I hope to fill the gaps of nothing really happening with hopefully some very insightful commentary. But, whoop, misclick. That can ruin you later on in this game. One misclick and you're done. You're Dunzo. Dungeon rings. So, just gonna keep going here. I could use some more sunflower. Hey! There we go. I misclicked that too, sorry. So, keep going. Add more sunflowers. And another zombie on the top row. Uh-oh. Oh, almost lost that pea shooter. I was a little too late on that. I think it was the 2 misclicks I had. Or maybe just, I don't know. I'm making them an excuse at this point. So I'm going to start putting walnuts in different lanes where there are no pea shooters at the moment. So in case a zombie does show up and I don't have enough sun power, that's a fun way to put it, then they can start munching on the walnut and they won't go too far. So keep adding more sunflowers. Excuse you. What I do plan on doing, put that there, is having 2 rows of pea shooters, the regular ones. Ooh, see, smart idea about the walnut. No. And then put not just the pea shooters, but also the snow peas next to the walnut, so they're the closest to the zombies. I'm pretty much right there. And as you can see, it's considerably slower now. So it's going to take the zombie a lot longer to chew through this walnut. As you can see, it's very, very slow, which is great, because it saves me the trouble of having to lose a few walnuts in the process. So we're just going to keep going with the snow pea method. And it looks like they're up in their game a little bit. They're doing nothing but cone heads, which is a problem, actually. Not great. Not the worst either, but not great. So, a few more sun. There we go. Another cone head. I'll put the walnut down here because the cone head's on that lane. Is regular garden variety zombie on the top. So, keep going, keep going. A little bit more sun, please. Just a little bit. Uh-oh, we got a vaulter. Watch out. Okay, that vaulter is not actually... Oh, it did. I was about to say, it's not actually going to do that. Uh-oh. I'm not going to be cheap. Not going to do it. What I mean by that is put a sunflower here and then have him vault over the sunflower just to eat the walnut. I'm not going to be cheap. Not going to do that. He might just die before he even touches the walnut anyways. Yep. So, it's not bad. The snow peas definitely do help out. Oh, I just noticed too, I just looked at the bottom right, there's 2 waves this time. Down here, you know? So, there's 2 waves. And before you ask the reason why I keep using the sunflower as demonstration as to where I'm pointing at, I have forgot to turn off my mouse cursor for the recording, so I will get it fixed by next episode though. So don't fret on that regard. So at this point, I'm pretty much just going to keep building more potato mines. And just kind of keep clicking on sun points as they show up. So this is what I mean by when I say it might get boring at points, because there's not much to do at this point. You just kind of sit here and do nothing. I mean, I could build another row of walnuts if I wanted to, but not exactly what I want to do, so I'll just sit here collecting and farming the ridiculous amounts of sun power or points that I'm getting. I don't know why I keep calling it sun power, but potato mine, keep all this craziness going. Vaulter, oh, didn't even vault over it. That's the main reason why I put the pea shooters closest, is also they'll be able to hit the zombies slightly faster than 2 tiles back, so that's the main reason why. And you may have noticed too, when the vaulters jump over the potato mines, they don't actually explode. It's only if they're approaching the potato mine from the front, not from the back, in this case. There are some zombies later on that tunnel. They tunnel underneath, go all the way to the back and start working their way across, eating everything in reverse. But I do believe they do trigger the potato mines, but not in the way that these vaulters do. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a while. It's not gonna happen. I think Could be wrong, but I think it's like level 4 or 5, maybe 6. I don't know. Memory's a little fuzzy, so you're gonna have to forgive me on that regard, but I don't know, there's just something about this game that when I played it when I was younger, I absolutely loved it. Now, as an adult, I still love it. So, it is an amazing game, and I'm glad to be able to record it, you know? So, final wave of 1-7. I think I'm going to do one more, and then call the episode quits for this one anyways. So, they might trigger the potato mines. If I have to guess, top row is going to do it. Boom. And then the bottom row might do it. No, he's not going to do it. Aha! Sucker. So now we got what I call the Chomp Chomp, or Mr. Chomper. It's just Chomper, but I call him Mr. Chomper. So it devours a zombie whole, but it's vulnerable while chewing. I did not say invulnerable, I just want to clarify it's vulnerable. And now we have Bucket Head, which they suck. So at this point, you may be wondering, what is going on? How come I've never seen this before? So this here, you get to choose from the plants that you want to put in the top bar. So usually I do sunflower first, pea shooter, snow pea, chomper, walnuts, and then we'll do cherry bomb just in case. So at this point, I just assemble my seeds. I usually do sunflower first. That's why you may have noticed it was kind of difficult for me to click on the second slot and move the sunflower. I'm used to just doing that real quick. So now we just wait and wait and wait. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to do something a little different. By that I mean extend it out one more row. So instead of the wall being here, it's actually going to be there. So this time I'm going to go more militaristic instead of economic. So I'm going to start out putting out the first pea shooter at 4 sunflowers and not 5. So like I said, instead of it being here, it's going to be here. So I'm going to start the wall and keep this going. Need to get more income now. So as soon as I can, plant more sunflowers. The zombie's going to lose his head right now. Boop. Gone. And start expanding my wall of pea shooters as well. I call them walls because, or column is what they're actually called. But I call them a wall because, I don't know, I'm primitive like that. So we'll keep going, keep going. I want to show off this new chomper. So I'm going to put the chomper right there. So as you see, he dances and sways to the music. But he also does something else. He goes a tile in front of him and eats zombies. Now this is what it means by vulnerable. He's going to sit there and chew on that zombie arm for a while. It's probably the whole zombie, but the zombie arm's sticking out, which I think is kind of cute. But he'll sit there and he'll chew it for a while. And then keep an eye on him, okay? Because it takes a while. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get another chomper, because that guy is gonna be a problem. Ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Keep watching chomper. Not the bottom one, the middle one. Well, the bottom one's about to eat him. Watch it. And oh. And now middle chomper. He's still chewing away. Oh, there he goes. He just swallowed it. So that's what happens. If that plant existed in real life, I would be scared. Thankfully, I don't think it does. There might be a plant similar to it, but none that I know of, thankfully. So I'm gonna try to prevent Mr. Chomper here from eating the zombie. But if it happens, it happens. I can't do anything about it. Oh, pardon me. That burp came out of nowhere. Sorry. Not even sure if you heard it, but if you didn't, even better. But if you did, I am so sorry. So, I'm debating at this point, should I add more pea shooters or snow peas? I think the answer is clear, snow peas for the win. And we're just gonna keep going, keep going. There's only one wave, oh boy. I was trying to build up for 2 waves, uh-oh. Put a snow pea up there. Cherry bomb may have to come into play. But, okay, so there's one bucket head, he's gonna be chomped, thankfully he's, well, he might not actually. If he's not, I'm gonna cherry bomb him. Because there's also a cheap tactic, which means to remove him while he's digesting it and place another one. I'm not gonna do that. Pretty much, if you can think of it and it's cheap, I'm not gonna do it. It's pretty much how I'm gonna play this. I want to play it as realistically as possible. So at this point, he's gonna eat the bucket head. Plants are saved, home saved. Now, this guy here is going to be a vital plant for our home defense, I guess you can say. So it's called a repeater. It fires 2 peas at a time. So I know I said one more. This is my problem. I want to do another one. So we're gonna do sunflower. I'm gonna go straight repeater, snow pea, chomper, walnut, and potato mine is how we're gonna do this one. And I'm gonna employ a different strategy or tactic, if you will, on this one, which is as soon as the potato mine is ready and as soon as the zombie appears, he's going down. And I think I can get away with about 2. I might be stretching it on 3, depends on where the sunflowers are at or what lane the zombies coming in. Come on. It's like the first time I heard that noise while recording. That's the noise it plays when you don't have enough sun for trying to place a plant. So you might hear that in some stressful situations. So I glanced down, saw there's 2 flags this time, and I don't know, we'll give this a shot, see what happens. Now, you see why I say that now with the potato mine? The cooldown takes forever. So, about the time this one goes boom, the other one can be planted. So, I think I might be able to get away with it 3 times, but I need to start getting some defenses in here real quick, like. And the repeater costs 200 sun, not 100, so it's twice as expensive. But it's equivalent of 2 different pea shooters, so I can't complain. So there he is, just working on this zombie down here. In case you have not noticed as well, each zombie takes about 12 hits to finally die. So if you have been paying attention, then you have noticed that, but if you haven't, it's fine. So watch the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 13th one just went by, so it takes about 12. So put a repeater on the top row. I'm employing a cheap tactic by using the potato mine still, but that should help me in the long run because this tactic requires a little cheap things like this. I know I said I wasn't going to try to exploit stuff like this, but if I know I'm not going to be able to have enough to be able to do it, I'm gonna exploit the crap out of it. So we're gonna keep going. There's a cone head on the bottom. Might be a bit of a problem, but I don't think so. I'm thinking the wall should go here, because then I can put snow pea right there and a chomper right after that. That's the equivalent of having 3 rows, 2 of the pea shooters. I thought they were repeaters. 2 rows of the regular pea shooters, and then 1 frozen. My brain stopped there for a second, sorry. So we're gonna keep going. Gonna keep clicking and waiting. Add the last repeater, and then we need to start building up this wall here. I got 2 waves to endure, so gotta make sure I'm prepared. Speaking of, the first wave is coming. So we're gonna place you here. I'm gonna kind of stagger the defenses a little bit. Probably should have waited to see if there's any bucket heads coming, which I can't remember if there are gonna be bucket heads at all. Usually I plan and calculate everything to be like, okay, there's gonna be these, so I need these, there's gonna be those, and I need those. So let's continue right there. The reason why I put the chompers there is because it's an open lane. This is where it's gonna be problematic. Put a snow pea there. Start placing potato mines along the front entrance. Buckethead, there were bucketheads. I knew you were here. That sentence kinda ended weird, but I own it. So keep going, keep going. Oh boy, 2 bucketheads, and of course the only lane that doesn't have a frost pea. Are you kidding me? Sometimes, man, I try. And the way it looks like, bucketheads might be able to touch the mines. But if they do, I mean, they're a nuisance that should be quickly be gone. I don't know what I was trying to say. They're a riddance or a annoyance that should be. I lost my train of thought now. They're an annoyance that you should say, good riddance. You're gone. That's what I was trying to say, I think. And if not, I'm going with it. So, moving on. Second wave is just about to be here. I just checked the recording. We're sitting at about 21 minutes. I'm trying to keep them somewhere between 10 to 20. I realize that I'm slightly over time now, so I apologize. I'll try to keep them in for the future less than 20 minutes, because I think that's a good stopping point. I can't help it if I want to play more. I mean, I can always just start recording the next episode, but yeah, I'll go ahead and call it after this episode, and we'll keep going. Come on, zombie, keel over. Any day now. There you go. A sad, defeated zombie. And last wave, here we go. I like how the music kicks in a notch and is like, yeah. And the music kind of dies down a little bit. I kind of like that. Uh-oh. Oh, he almost died. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it after I read this mysterious note. It says, "Hello, we are about to launch an all-out attack on your house. Sincerely, the zombies." And that's where I'm gonna leave it. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like or a comment. Let me know if you would like me to continue. And approximately how long do you want the videos to be? I'm going to try to keep them under 20 minutes, so I'll try. But if it goes slightly over, I'm sure some people don't mind that. I'm sure other people do. So 20 minutes is the bar I'm aiming for. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers.